Major Slack Videos.
Oh yeah, the name is Slack. Thanks for coming back. Let's walk through some more Elden Ring. We're putting together a build to beat the Elden Beast, rather the Radagon / Elden Beast boss fight. Next is the PEARLDRAKE Talisman +2. We have just recently cleared the way to the Miquella's Haligtree. And the first site of grace there is the Haligtree canopy. And in this location here, we're going to get the PEARLDRAKE Talisman +2. We already have the Haligtree Talisman +2, which will give us 20% holy damage negation. Let's put that on right now. There it is. This will give you 20% holy damage negation. It's all about holy damage negation when we're going into the Radagon / Elden Beast final boss fight. Okay, so this will give us 20%. If we get the PEARLDRAKE Talisman +2, will give us an extra 9%, which stacks on top of this. So that'll be a total of 29% holy damage negation right there. All right. Just for demonstrational purposes, here's the PEARLDRAKE Talisman +1. That gives you 7%. We're after the one that gives you 9%. All right, and it's right here in this location, Miquella's Haligtree. And you can actually, I mean, can't see it, but the location where it is, you can see it from here. It's right there. Okay, and what we have to do is we have to work our way down these branches all the way down here. Okay, and you see this ladder here. Take this ladder down here, go on here. There's a site of grace in this little enclosure right here. We can stop, take a rest, powder our noses, and then continue along here. Up here, there's a ladder here at the end. You can't see it, but it's right there. You climb up the ladder. Actually, it's right there. Pardon me. Yeah, it's right there, but you can't see it because it's too far away. The ladder's right there. You climb up the ladder, then you hop across this gap, go right here, and the PEARLDRAKE Talisman is right there. All right? And we could speed run there. I have done a speed run there. It's really ugly and you're going to be chuggy-lugging a lot of potions and you may die. Or we could just easily clear a path to get there, earn some money, and just do it a whole lot easier and a whole lot less stress. That's the path, that's the route we're going to take. First of all, let's wait till daytime and then we're going to gear up for this run. Those of you who want to speed run there, you know exactly what to do. I just showed you the route. Everybody else, saddle up, lock and load, and follow me. First thing you want to do is go to the Ashes of War, the Ash of War, in the Site of Grace menu, and you're gonna click on your brass shield, click on no skill, and you're gonna go down to Sacred. You're gonna put the Sacred Affinity on it, which is gonna increase the holy damage negation from 54. Look on the right side of the screen. It's going to increase from 54 to 67. Okay, everybody do that now. So now you have a Sacred Brass Shield +24. That's number one. Number two, flasks. I recommend setting it to, say, we could probably get away with 4 and 10, but 8 and 6, just in case you make some mistakes. I doubt we use more than 8 flasks. I'm going to go with 4 and 10, but you can get away with 6 and 8. Alright. Next, spells. Spells in the order that we're going to be using them is, first of all, Night Comet, Rock Sling. No, after Night Comet, we're going to be using the Terra Magica Comet Azure combination. So Terra Magica, Comet Azure, and finally Rock Sling. That's all you're going to need. So you can leave the other 2 slots empty so you won't be fumbling around. And maybe Scholar's Shield. Nah, that's not going to do any good. Nope, just those 4. Flask of Wondrous Physic. I've got double Crimson Crystal Tears in it. We can use that for emergency health recovery. Other than that, we won't be using it. And is there anything else in here? Flasks, spells, chests, runes, and nope, that's it. Okay, now we want our best holy damage gear on. Currently, if you've been following this walkthrough, this would be the Nox Mirror Helm. We're going to get a better hood. or a better helm that gives like better holy damage negation. But for now, something that everybody has if you've been following the walkthrough is the Nox Mirror helm. Next would be the Sanguine Noble robe if you're a man. If you're a woman, I would go with the Finger Maiden robe, which is obviously better holy damage protection than this. Okay, this is 13.8, this is only 13.5. Or there's another one here. Yeah, the Traveling Maiden robe also offers better damage, holy damage negation if you're a woman. Or if you're a man and you have no qualms about wearing a maiden robe, you know, hey, all the power to you. I'm not gonna though. And as far as gauntlets and greaves, go with scaled greaves and scaled gauntlets. Okay, scaled gauntlets and scaled greaves. So the case of those four: Nox Mirror helm, Sanguine Noble robe, scaled gauntlets, and scaled greaves. As for talismans, this is right, ritual sword. Let's take these three out. We want definitely the Haligtree talisman +2, because a lot of these enemies are going to be throwing holy damage at us. Next you want, oddly enough, the Arrow's Reach talisman, which is going to help our rock sling spell, and we're going to be using the hornbow a lot. And finally, this is going to be variable. The final slot is going to be variable. For now, you're going to put in the Graven Mask talisman. And weapons. Here we want, in the right hand, we want the Carrying Regal Scepter. And we're going to be backing it up depending on what spell we're using. With, like for example, if we're using the Night Comet spell, we want to back that up with the left hand Staff of Loss. Okay, and because basically we want to be able to one-shot as many of these enemies as possible, because they got these holy damage bubble attacks that once they get underway, it's just hellacious. So you want to be taking down all these enemies as quickly as possible. So in the left hand you want the Staff of Loss, and in the second slot you want the Meteorite Staff. Okay, so when we're using the Night Comet, this will give a 30% boost to the Carrying Regal Scepter, and this will give a 30% boost when we're using Rock Sling. And finally, the Hornbow and our shield. That's it, we're ready to go. Alright, starting out with Night Comet, Carrying Regal Scepter, Staff of Loss in the left hand. We should be able to one-shot all these bubble hits. These little minor bubble hits, these guys here, don't underestimate them. Once they get their bubble attack underway, it's deadly. But if you use a charged Night Comet spell, you should be able to one-shot them. As long as you can hit them. There we go. And you're looking for at least 1500 damage. Okay, and push to the east. Up here. Take care of that guy. By the way, there's lots of stuff to get here, but I'm just after the PEARLDRAKE talisman +2. None of the other stuff I don't think is really going to help us in the final boss fight. So I'm not after loot. This is just we're just strictly after that one item. Okay, so having taken down those 5 Pillsbury Doughboys, these guys take some special consideration. You can't drop them with a couple of Night Comets. We're gonna use Comet Azure on this guy. So you want to get here and see this little branch here. This is point of no return. Once you drop down there, that's it. Drop down here, get your sneak on. You want to go well over the bend. See, like there's the bend here in the branch. Get over that bend, otherwise your Comet Azure is going to be blocked. And then switch over to Terra Magica, switch over to Comet Azure, and just blast him until he's dead. Just turn up until he's dead. There we go. We can refill. And now we're going to switch over to Rock Sling. And you're going to switch your offhand staff to the Meteorite Staff. And that pretty much stays the same. Next is the ant. And you gotta watch out for these guys right here, because they have like sniper range vision. And if they spot you and they start spewing out their bubble spells all at once, it's absolutely hell. Okay, so what you want to do is you do not want to go past that. See that branch there? Don't go past that branch there. For now, let's just go here, grab these goodies here, and we're going to take out these ants with a couple of rock slings. If you use Exalted Flesh, you can one-shot them. I don't know if it's worth it. There we go. If you don't use Exalted Flesh, they'll be close to death. So if you're nervous, use Exalted Flesh. Remember, it only lasts 30 seconds though. And there's 5 of them. If you can get all 5 like I'm doing right now, see that my Exalted Flesh ran out. And that's what happens when you don't have Exalted Flesh. You can just shoot out another rock sling. It's no problem. It's no biggie. Okay, so once you got all 5 ants down, you're good to go. Alright, next is these 3 Pillsbury Doughboys right here. Whatever you do, switch over to your bow, whatever you do. Whoop. Shit. Don't do anything, don't do anything. Ah, good, okay. Mr. Fumble Fingers popped that one out. Whatever you do, don't go past this branch right here, because that's pretty much the trigger line. Once you go past that, you're in danger of being spotted by them. So we want to sneak up here, right about here. And another thing is, at this particular position here, you're out of range of their bubble attacks. And go to your equipment, you're going to switch over the last variable, Talisman slot 2, arrows sting. Alright? And you're going to use precision aim, zoom in, aim for the head, mighty shot. 2 mighty shots should finish him off. Don't worry if they do the bubble attack, they can't hit you from this range. And sometimes that's what happens, they just get dropped right off. And see the bubble attacks coming, here it comes, and it's gonna... can't touch this. Can't touch this. And another one. Aim for the head, by the way, eh? Sometimes it takes 3. And there we go. And that's that. And it falls harmlessly out of range. And here comes another one. He fell down. This one's gonna hit us. That's the one that fell down. And he managed to land on a branch there. Took a little heat. I thought he dropped off to his death. Okay, no problem. Next is this guy here. So let's switch back over to our Night Comet build, which would be Graven Mass, Talisman in the last slot. And switch the Carrion Regal Scepter and back to the Staff of Loss. Let's creep up here. And I'm going to wait for this little brat to come down to the end of his run here. Whoops. And I had the wrong spell. See that? See how much damage I took? And that's all it takes. Wrong spell. And he took advantage of that, and I took some damage. Yeah, so... that's that. Next. Continue along here, and now we're in a position to drop down on this branch here and continue down that way. But make sure you've killed 5 ants on this path here. Okay, count your kills. Otherwise it's not clear because they patrol up and down here and they're hard to see sometimes. Okay, so having done that, we're going to drop on down here. And let's just look both ways. It's always good to look both ways before you cross the street. Did I take some damage here? Huh. Okay. And we're going to take out these 2 Pillsbury Doughboys right here. Staff of Loss, Carrying Regal Scepter. Night Comet. Charged. Should be able to one-shot him. Okay, now there's another one of those big bad, like one of the boss Pillsbury Doughboy guys right there. That guy you gotta watch out for, because we're going to be engaging in some long distance archery, and typically he comes up, he kind of patrols up and down, sneaks up behind you. See, we're going to take up position right here to take out a whole bunch of poison flowers there. And sometimes this guy can throw a monkey wrench into your plans because he'll spot you there, and then that's it. So I think the best thing to do is wait for him to come down here, and then we'll sneak up behind him and Comet Azure his ass. So let's get the Comet Azure ready to go. Terra Magica, and that should do it. Here he is. Let's just stay out of sight. Wait for him to come to the end of his patrol, and then we'll sneak up behind him. Make sure there's no little bumps in the way that will block your Comet Azure. Like that. This is a bitch. I cannot stand that about the Comet Azure. There's like a pebble on the ground 6 inches in front of you, and that's enough to block your line of fire for Comet Azure. It's so fucking stupid. Okay, let's see if we can finish him off with some Rock Sling. That's probably a better option. I just did in a practice run flawlessly, and this time it didn't work, so that's probably a better option. Just sneak up behind him and use Rock Sling. Alright, no big deal. Alright, next is this guy here, who's also got sniper range vision. And once you get past a certain trigger line down there, he's going to start bombarding you with major holy bubble crap. The point of no return, or like the point that you don't want to go past, is right about here. And the best thing to do is to switch over to your bow. And there's a whole bunch of these little poison flowers just innocently kind of, you know, sitting there, almost out of sight. There's 4 or 5 of them. If you could take them all out, it's going to be a lot easier to speed run down there. See that guy right there? So this is like, use precision aim and a couple of shots. That's one down. You gotta look carefully for them. Look in it, see that movement right there? There's another one right there, right beside the pickup there. And okay, let's just creep forward, not too much, because you don't want to excite that guy. There we go. That's 2. There's the 3rd one, and there's the 4th one. Okay, that's number 3, and the 4th one you can barely see. See that? Got that. And that's it. So the path is basically clear. So now, just going to run down there with our shield, and let's switch over to a little bit of Holy Proof Dry Liver to give ourselves some extra holy protection. And then we're just going to run down with our shield up. Probably going to get hit by some of his bubbles, but it won't be enough to really give us a lot of grief. Right, so Holy Proof Dried Liver, and let's go for it. Just sprint down with your shield up. Forget about picking up anything on the way. You could attempt to roll through. There we go, no problem. Right, take the ladder down. And we made it. A couple of hiccups, but that's the game just screwing with me. And you made it down to the site of grace. Have a little rest. Okay, and everything else that stands between us and the PEARLDRAKE Talisman can be handled with Night Comet. So let's switch over to our Night Comet build. That would be, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by my commentary. Staff of Loss in the left hand. Night Comet. That's it. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Talisman. Graven Mask Talisman. Okay, and we got some of these, I forget what they're called, misbegotten dudes. So one's going to spawn right there. If you do a charged Night Comet, you should be able to one-shot them. That guy, though, I always just do a couple of quick shots just to make sure. Okay, there's one right there. And there's another one right there. Okay, and there's some kind of weird putrid kind of, he drops down. See one of these, see these guys up here? You can get them from down here. Just wait for it. Let's work on this guy. I want to drop off the edge here. There we go. And there's one more. And can't get a line of fire on them. Let's see if we can go up here. Because they're waiting for you when you get up to the top of the ladder. Here we go. Drop down. Okay, those guys don't want to play ball. Maybe we can sucker him into coming down by just standing in. Here's one. There we go. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Grab that. And that should be good. Oh, here, wait, here we go. Let's take care of this guy. So that's two. There's probably only one more left up there. As soon as we get to the top, there's going to be another misbegotten. He's going to be pretty busy. So typically you can pop up, do a charged Night Comet. Uh-oh. That's unusual. The guy's hanging on to it by an inch of his life. Okay, you get the idea. And huh. I never noticed that before. If you're like speed running up a ladder and you quickly drink a flask, he'll like drink it in fast, like quickly. Huh. Alright, so having gotten up the ladder, you turn around and turn to the south, And we got one more of these misbegotten here. And he's extra tough, so pop in those night comets. And make sure you got enough FP. Don't run out like I did, but I got them anyways. And then go to the left side so you have the shortest jump to make. And then hold down the jump button as you're jumping to make sure you get an extra long jump. Yep. There we go, you made it. And voila! The PEARLDRAKE Talisman +2. Done and done. There you go. How about a thumbs up for that? A couple of hiccups, but still alive, still alive. Yep. That's it. That's all we came for. I'm gonna add one more thing on to the end of this this run here. We're gonna go get the Great Hood, which offers the best holy damage protection in the form of a helm. It's a quick little run there. Let's just get out of combat. I forget where this painting was that will reveal this. Pretty sure, I think it was in the Shaded Castle. Anyways, I'll look it up. It's either in Castle Sol. It's either the it's probably Castle Sol. Anyways, the artist painting in Castle Sol leads to a location here on this bridge, which will give us the Great Hood, which gives us the best holy damage protection in a helmet. Let's go get that now. It's a quick little run. Start off with the Snow Valley Ruins Overlook. Alright, now it's on this bridge here. You put out like a beacon right about maybe 2/3 of the way down across the bridge, right about there. Alright, so we're gonna go shooting across here and down onto the bridge, and there's gonna be one of those giant gigantic ghostly skeletons right here. As long as you run right past them, should be no problem. Okay, so to the north first, and then we're gonna cut to the west and try to stick on the left side there. Basically go right towards the beacon, but be careful not to drop off the edge on the left side. And the skeleton's going to spawn right near the end. There he is. As long as you get down to the bridge before it gets underway, you're going to be safe. And go down here. Get him to despawn. And you see that chair right there? This is made available after looking at the artist painting in Castle Sol. And go to that ghostly figure, he disappears, and you get yourself the Great Hood, which offers you the best holy damage protection in the form of a helm. So this is better than the Nox Mirror helm. If you look at holy damage protection, center column there, 5.3. This offers 6.2. All right, so that's that. All right, so let's just regroup at the round table, and we'll pick up from there in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, post a comment, and I'll see you next time for some more Elden Ring. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, MajorSlack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.